Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm gonna get right into it. So we stayed in Thailand. The whole trip took about 10 days and we stayed in Thailand, I wanna say maybe about 5 days. And these are the top 10 items that I actually packed and used, really used while I was there in Thailand. So we went in December and it was the earlier part of December and it was super hot. I don't even know what it was like in the hotter seasons, but it was super hot to the point where, I mean, you could stand there and just sweat. So we'll start with number 10. So number 10 was sunblock. And this specific sunblock that we used was Reef Repair. And the reason being was because if we wanted to get into the water, they had, like in Maya Bay, they had some policies and stuff that didn't allow tourists or anybody really to get into the water because the sunscreen they were using was messing the reef up. So what we got was the Reef Repair type of sunblock. So this is number 10. This was what we needed. This is what we used. Number 9 is good old pair of sunglasses. The beginning of my trip, I didn't have any sunglasses, and the entire time I just kept saying, I need some sunglasses, I need sunglasses, I need to get some sunglasses. So get you a pair of sunglasses, and it doesn't even matter, they have sunglasses everywhere, wherever there's vendors, I mean, they're everywhere, but just get a pair of sunglasses. So that is number 9. It really helped me, ended up using it the entire rest of the trip. Number 8, this Turkish towel. So we got these towels from Amazon. And everything that I'm showing you, I've got a link in the description so that it's easy for y'all to just go to it. And you don't necessarily have to get these same items, but you can get something that's similar to it. But I'm just showing y'all what we ended up using, what we purchased, packed, and used. So we got these Turkish towels, and the reason I love them so much, they're 100% cotton, but they work like those microfiber towels. I mean, they just dry you right up. So, and then they're really big. They're really big. I'm a plus size woman. I mean, this is very long, very thin, so easy to pack. Sometimes I would have it wrapped around it like this while I'm walking. I would have it folded into the bag. This was perfect, and I still use these towels today. So that was one that we definitely needed. So number 7 is some kind of hat or an umbrella. So the umbrellas that we got are these. It comes in this little package here, or this little case, and it has a wristlet here if you want to put it around your wrist. Otherwise, it's really small, so you know, about the size of my head, but you can fit it anywhere in your bag or just carry it around with you. Now, the thing that was the issue with me for this was because I was always recording. So I was always using my hand to record, and the other one was holding another item, which is what I'm going to show you later on. But so it's kind of hard to try to hold an umbrella to block the sun out. So the alternative was a hat. I don't want to say the alternative. I would say this would be the first option, is a hat. Just like the sunglasses, I didn't have a hat in the beginning of the trip. So I'm like, oh my God, all I need is sunglasses and a hat to put on my head because it was that hot, that sunny. I ended up getting this one. You can get whatever hat you want, just something that's going to, you know, cover, give you a little bit of shade. But I got this one. This was from the hotel's gift shop. And I got it because it was cute. The guy that was selling it, he was mentioning all of the other hats, but he said these ones were woven by somebody that he knew. And there were only a few. It was maybe like 5 of them in there in a small stack. There was stacks of other ones that had a lot of hats. But with these kinds, there was like a dark brown and this color and a white one. I think it was like, it had to be four or five in a stack, in just one stack that were left. So I decided to go in and get this one because he knew the woman that actually made these. So I wanted to support him in that way. But definitely used this, the sunglasses, hat. And if you don't want to wear a hat, you can always opt for an umbrella. But the hat and the umbrella combo, alternating, whatever it is that you want to do, we definitely use. Number 6 was an external battery. So we actually had about 5, I think, 4 or 5, I think it was like 4 or 5 external batteries. And the only one that we used for both of our phones was this one here by Anchor. This one kept 2 phones completely filled with charge for the entire day, every day of the trip. We didn't even need to use the other ones. We just kind of brought, at the beginning of the trip, we brought an extra one along with this one, and then we would switch it out, but we really didn't even use the second one. We just used this one. So I linked this in the description. And I mean, even now, this one holds a charge. This one holds a charge and it powered up. It keeps 2 phones powered up for an entire day. And this was the one that we used. So definitely gonna need an external battery. Number 5 is a universal power adapter. We got this one it says Pika on it. The link is in the description. But it has all these different ways. There's a little button here that you have to push. And as you're pushing that button, you're pushing this. The other, whatever the outlet is that you've got in your room, you know, it allows you to do that. And then it also has 4 USB ports there so that you can be able to charge your external batteries. But we just kept this in the room. This stayed in the room. We charged this up overnight and then took this with us for the trip or during the excursions. But you definitely want to get this, especially because we had a transfer that was in Istanbul, Turkey. And in the room that we stayed in, they had a different outlet. And then the hotel in Thailand had a different outlet as well. So definitely want to get you one of these. So number 4, this was the other thing that I was holding in my hand. You know, I don't even know if it's charged, but it is a mini fan. Yeah, it's not charged, but it's a little button here. I should have made sure it was charged. It's a little button here. It just spins fans. I mean, the fan is just right there in front of your face. I mean, you just hold it wherever you need. And the wristband thing here, just put it around your wrist. This is what I was holding in my other hand. So I'm recording in one hand, I've got this here, and I'm just walking and holding just like this. And I saw a lot of people out there that had some kind of fan as they were walking, not the locals, just a lot of the people that were, you can tell they were visiting. But this one, the link is in the description. Easy to use. There's a little groove here. This was the part where I couldn't really tell. I don't know if y'all can see that. There's a little groove. There we go. Right there at the top that you can just get your nail in and pull out. And then you just charge there. Actually, you don't even have to open it to charge. When you close it, it's right there. But it allows you to be able to keep the charge. If you need a charge, use your external battery and keep your fan right there. When we went to Naka Market, oh my God, even though it was at night, this was the only thing that was saving me. And it was just super hot and super crowded. And I was so glad that I had this with me. Number 3 is gonna look weird, but they were perfect. Barefoot shoes, or like, I would call them swim shoes, but they're barefoot shoes. They look like this, but they were actually perfect because when you went from water to walking on rocks, to walking on, you know, the gravel, just to walking in, you know, where there's a lot of trees and whatever, when you're changing environments, those shoes were so perfect to wear. I was glad that I had them. I kept my feet covered because normally I would have worn sandals, and just knowing that I was there, just like feeling the sun, like I don't even think I can forget that. My feet would have been burned up. So 1, my feet were covered up from the sun. 2, I had grip under my feet. And 3, they were great for like if I was walking in the water, if I, not to go swimming, but just to like take pictures, something like that. I wanted to just get into the water. You could wear them in the water and come back out and they dry up really fast. But yeah, those shoes, link is in the description. I still wear them today. Like if I want to go to the grocery store, put them on. They're perfect for the way your feet is naturally supposed to be. And they have the grip at the bottom. I love them. I love them. Number two, the second top thing that I used while I was there, you probably saw in my vlog video if you watched it, this crossbody bag. Okay, you can adjust the strap. The link to this is in the description. This was perfect as far as the amount of compartments that it has. So it's like 1, 2, 3 in the big zipper. You can undo it. Yeah, 1, 2, 4. So 1, 2, 3, and then 4 in the big zipper. I still have my wet wipes, but 4 different compartments just right there. Got wipes on me. I still have stuff in here. My lotion, hand sanitizer, poopery. What else is in here? Oh, their lotion. So yeah, of course we had to take this one. We got this. I have this here in the bag, and then one that's in the car. It smells so good. It's eucalyptus and petitgrain essential oils. The hotel is Marriott Resort Phuket, so that's the hotel that we went to. Got this lotion there, but anyway, this bag was perfect. Now I will say, overuse of this one caused the zipper to come off. So that's why I said I'm gonna put the link in the description. You can look at them and you can see if there's, if it's something that you still wanna get or if there's some other options. But this was our first time using a crossbody bag in another country. I didn't know I was gonna be using boom, 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 just pulling bot out and just, putting it back in and getting stuff in. And the zipper ended up coming off on this one. But the purpose of the bag was perfect. Everything was right there, right in front of me. I didn't have to worry about anybody taking anything out of my pockets or, anything falling out, on the side and me not realizing it. Everything was just right in front of me and just easy to access. So this was perfect for the trip. And the number one thing that I consider to be the best thing that we packed and used in Thailand. I don't have any more, but I did manage to find the package in my crossbody bag, Safe Harbor, but it is a motion sickness patch. Motion sickness patches. So I'm gonna tell you, I do not get motion sickness. I don't get motion sickness. I have been on boats before. I'm usually in the water. I'm usually the one driving, but when somebody else is driving, I do get a little bit of anxiety, but I don't get motion sickness. You know what I'm saying? So motion sickness patches came in handy when we went on the trip or the excursion in the speedboat. I started getting this feeling where I was getting woozy and I'm like, I don't know what is going on with me right now. And that's when we realized, oh, we've got these motion sickness patches. You put it right underneath, right here. Immediately, that feeling went away. I was so glad because if we didn't have these, I think I would have tried to end our excursion a lot earlier than it was supposed to. I would have been like, let's go back to the hotel. I think the whole trip would have I think the entire trip, I would have just been like, it would have just ruined the entire trip. It wasn't just the speedboat, it was getting on the transfer, the driving out there. I am not used to somebody else driving. I'm always the one that's driving, but if they're driving, they're usually not driving the way they do in Thailand. I mean, like, I don't understand how they can go so fast and not hit each other. I don't know. It's a phenomenon to me, but I needed motion sickness patches for that. I needed motion sickness patches for the water excursions. I was just so glad. This is the number one thing. So if you don't know what to at least pack, if you're just like, I don't know what to pack, at least get some motion sickness patches, because you may not think, I don't get motion sickness. You might not get it here in the States or wherever you're at, wherever your home is. But the moment you go somewhere else and you're not used to the driving, you're not used to the environment, you're not used to the water excursions. We went on a speedboat, we went on a long-tail boat. I mean, it was just, this is highly recommended. Get you motion sickness patches. The link is in the description. You can get these specific ones, or you can get one that's similar to it. So these are what I consider to be the top 10 items that were packed and actually used in our entire trip going to Thailand. Let me know in the comments if there's something that you absolutely needed that you think that other people can be able to use. Or if you've used any of these items and you just want to let me know how you feel about them. But this is just my opinion. These are the top 10 things that were used, and I was so glad that I had them. Thanks for watching.